If you have more than a certain amount of money sitting in your regular checking or savings account right now, I need you to understand something. You are quietly losing that money in three different ways at the exact same time, and the most dangerous of the three is the one your bank will never, ever warn you about. The moment your balance crosses a certain line, the Internal Revenue Service begins paying attention to you, your own money quietly begins shrinking, and a piece of it stops being protected at all. And the bank that holds it has no reason to tell you any of this, because every one of those three dangers makes money for them and costs it to you. So today, I am going to give you three things: the exact amount of money that is too much to leave in a normal bank account, the three quiet dangers of keeping more than that, and then the 5 specific places that careful retirees actually move the rest of their money so that it is safe, it is protected, and it is finally earning something instead of sitting still. Stay with me to the end, because that last part is the part nobody explains to you for free, and it is where the real money is. Let me start with the first danger, the one that surprises people the most, which is that once you hold a large amount of money in one account, you are being watched. Under federal law, anytime more than $10,000 in cash moves through your account in a single day, the bank is required to file a report about it with a federal agency, and that report goes into a government database with your name on it. But it does not stop at cash. The software your bank runs is watching your balance and your habits all the time, quietly looking for anything that breaks your normal pattern. A sudden large deposit, a sudden large withdrawal, money moving in a way it has not moved before. You do not have to do anything wrong to get flagged. You only have to do something different. And the bigger the pile of money sitting in that account, the more attention it draws. The simplest way to stop being watched so closely is to stop keeping so much sitting in the one place that is doing the watching. The second danger is the one that is purely mathematics, and it is robbing you every single month, whether anyone is watching or not. It is inflation, and right now it is running at a little over 4% a year. That means the cost of everything you buy is rising by about 4% every year. Now here's the cruel part. The average regular savings account in this country today pays you less than half of 1% in interest. Read that again. Your money is losing more than 4% of its buying power every year to rising prices, and your bank is paying you almost nothing to make up for it. So if you have $50,000 sitting in a normal savings account, that money is quietly losing close to $2,000 of real spending power every single year, and you did nothing wrong to cause it. You just left the money where the bank wanted it. Meanwhile, that same bank is taking your money and lending it back out to other people at far higher rates and keeping the difference. Your money is doing all the work, and the bank is keeping all the reward. The third danger is the one almost nobody checks until it is too late, and it is about protection. Every account at every bank is insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC, but only up to $250,000 per person, per bank. If you have more than that amount in a single bank and that bank fails, every dollar above the line is not protected and you can simply lose it. People think bank failures are something from their grandparents' time, but in the year 2023, this country had 3 of the largest bank failures in its entire history within the span of a few weeks. The people who were under the limit were made whole. The people who were over the limit had to wait and worry and hope. You never want your life savings to depend on hope when staying protected is so easy to arrange. So now the question you have been waiting for: how much is actually too much to keep in a normal bank account? The honest answer that careful planners give is this: keep 3 to 6 months of your regular living expenses in your checking and everyday savings, and not very much more than that. For most retirees, that lands somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000. That is your cushion, your emergency money, the cash you can reach in a moment. Everything above that number does not belong in an account that is watching it, shrinking it, and barely protecting it. Everything above that number should be moved somewhere better. And here are the 5 places that careful people actually move it. The first place is a high-yield savings account at an online bank. These are real, fully insured savings accounts run by well-known institutions that simply operate online instead of on a street corner, and because they are not paying for a fancy branch on Main Street, they pass that savings to you in interest. Right now, these accounts are paying around 4%, sometimes a little more. That is roughly 10 times what your regular bank is paying you on the very same money, with the very same federal insurance protecting it. The money stays completely liquid, which means you can move it back to your checking account in a day or two whenever you need it. Opening one takes about 10 minutes from your kitchen table. The second place is a treasury bill. A treasury bill is simply a short-term loan that you make directly to the United States government, and it is considered one of the safest places on earth to put money. You can buy them in small amounts directly from a government website called Treasury Direct, and right now the short-term ones are paying in the range of 3.5% to 4%. Here is the part most people do not know. The interest you earn on a treasury bill is free from state income tax. So if you live in a state that taxes income, a treasury bill can quietly put more money in your pocket than even a high-yield savings account paying the same rate. You can set them up to mature every few weeks, so you always have money coming available. The third place is a Series I savings bond, which is built for exactly this moment in time because it is designed to keep pace with inflation. The interest rate on these bonds adjusts along with the cost of living. So by design, your money does not lose its buying power the way it does sitting in a regular account. You buy them from that same government website up to $10,000 per person each year. The one rule to know is that you need to leave the money in for at least a year. So this is for savings you will not need right away, not for your emergency cushion. The fourth place is a brokered certificate of deposit. Now, you may already know about regular certificates of deposit at your local bank, where you lock your money up for a set time in exchange for a fixed rate. A brokered one simply means you buy it through an investment account, which lets you shop the rates of hundreds of banks across the country all at once and pick the best ones. And here is the powerful part for anyone with a larger amount to protect. Through one single account, you can spread your money across several different banks, 25,000 here, 200,000 there, so that every dollar stays under that $250,000 insurance line at each bank, all of it fully protected, all of it earning a solid fixed rate. The fifth place is a money market fund held inside an investment account. This is not the same as the money market account at your bank. A money market fund holds very short-term, very safe government-backed debt, and it currently pays in the range of 4 to 5%. It is completely liquid, so you can move the money back to your checking account in about a day. There is no lockup period, and there are no penalties for taking your money out whenever you want it. For a retiree, it is one of the simplest places to park larger amounts of cash while still earning a real return on every dollar. Now let me tie this all together because the thread running through every piece of it is the same. Keeping a large pile of money in a normal bank account does three things to you all at once. It puts you under a watchful eye you never agreed to. It lets inflation quietly eat your savings while the bank pays you almost nothing. And above a certain line, it leaves your money unprotected entirely. The fix for all three is the very same simple move. Keep a few months of expenses in your everyday account and move everything above that into your own name, into accounts that are safer, fully protected, and actually paying you. You are not taking on risk By doing this, you are taking risk off the table and getting paid properly for the first time in years. The Internal Revenue Service is never going to call you and explain how to draw less of its attention. Your bank is certainly never going to call you and explain how to earn 10 times more on your money somewhere else, because that money leaving is money it loses. The only person who can decide to move it is you, and the move itself is far simpler than the bank wants you to believe. Most of these accounts can be opened from your own home in less time than it takes to drive to the branch. I will put the names of these account types and the steps to set them up in the description below. So do one thing for me right now. Send this video to one person you love who is over 60 and still keeps most of their savings sitting in a single checking or savings account at one bank. A parent, a sibling, a friend, someone at church who worked hard their whole life and was simply never told that their own money could be both safer and earning more at the same time. That one share could save them a fortune in lost interest, protect every dollar they have, and quietly take their name off a list they never knew they were on. That is what we are here for. I will see you in the next one.